morning, viewer. Be here. Here's the most amazing and breaking news for our viewers. Yeah, University of Colorado Boulder scientists have discovered that proteins left by COVID-19 can significantly lower cortisol levels in the brain, leading to heightened immune responses to new stressors. Yeah, the research focusing on the neurological symptoms of long COVID utilized rats to demonstrate how SARS-CoV-2 antigens persist in the body and alter brain function. This persistent effect could explain the severe and varied symptoms of long COVID, suggesting potential directions for further research and symptoms management strategies. Proteins left behind by COVID-19 long after initial infection can cause cortisol levels in the brain to plummet. Inflame the nervous systems and prime its immune cells to hyperreact when another stressor arises, according to new animal research by University of Colorado Boulder scientists. The study published in the journal Brain Behavior and Immunity sheds new light on what might underlie the neurological symptoms of long COVID and intractable syndrome, which impacts as many as 35% of those infected with the virus. The findings come as COVID makes a striking summer comeback, with cases rising in 84 countries and numerous high-profile athletes at the Paris Olympics testing positive. Our study suggests that low cortisol could be playing a key role in driving many of these physiological changes that people are experiencing with long COVID, said lead author Matthew Frank, PhD, a senior research associate with the Department of Psychology and Neuroscience at CU Boulder. Previous research has shown that SARS-CoV-2 antigens, immune stimulating proteins shed by the virus that causes COVID-19, linger in the bloodstream of long COVID patients as much as a year after infection. They have also been detected in the brains of COVID patients who have died. To explore just how such antigens impact the brain and nervous system, the research team injected an antigen called S1, a subunit of the spike protein, into the spinal fluid of rats and compared them to a control group. After 7 days, in rats exposed to S1, levels of the cortisol-like hormone corticosterone plummeted by 31% in the hippocampus, the region of the brain associated with memory, decision making and learning up, and after 9 days levels were down 37%. 9 days is a long time in the lifespan of a rat, said Frank, noting that rats live on average for 2 to 3 years. He notes that cortisol is a critical anti-inflammatory, helps convert fuel into energy and is important for regulating blood pressure and the sleep-wake cycle and keeping the immune response to infection in check. One recent study showed that people with long COVID tend to have low cortisol levels. So, do people with chronic fatigue syndrome, research show? Cortisol has so many beneficial properties that if it is reduced, it can have a host of negative consequences, said Frank. BNS exclusive report.